Hope you can hear me. Can you hear me? I'll try and speak loudly because I don't think the speaker's working. Our mother was truly wonderful, compassionate, caring, loving, inspirational, and God-fearing woman. Words cannot really describe what she meant to us. Nero and I knew her as a dedicated, stay-at-home mum. She always wanted to be there for us when we came home from school. She was very much a home bird, and whenever we went home, there was always food in the fridge. She was very down to earth and had a lot of common sense. Some of her wise words were, "Don't look for good looks in a partner, look for what's in a person's heart." Or, "Don't worry about what other people think, do what God wants you to do." She had no great expectations. If we were happy, she was happy. Mum was an extremely fun-loving person and loved to be around people. And she loved a good party, even more so when she was sick. She became a magnet to people who saw something special in her and formed very close bonds with a number of people, including her carers, some of whom are here today. She truly touched people. She was a very determined character, and despite her illness, she was able to make it to Australia in 2006 December and to a family Christmas at her in-laws in Isha in December 2007, a day after finishing a course of radiotherapy. Since getting cancer, we noticed a transformation in her, and she became a lot more jovial and witty. We found some notebooks of hers the other day, which read, "Laughter is the best medicine." And whenever she heard a joke, she would write it down. She said to me recently, "I really want something to laugh at. What can we laugh at?" Perhaps I should have showed her my old school reports. Many of you know that she was an extremely creative person, and she got a City and Guild certificate in food hygiene and then in sugarcraft some years ago. Since then, we've had numerous lectures about how long you can keep the milk out of the fridge before it went off. She was extremely gifted in cake decorating, card making, flower arranging, tie-dyeing, embroidery, and dressmaking, and a real perfectionist with all of these. She also took piano and guitar lessons in her later years. Earthly possessions did not mean anything to Mum, as for her, God was the most important thing in her life. She used to take us to church, in fact this church, and she instilled the importance of prayer from a very young age by praying with us at night, and this was a theme throughout her life. I hope that no one will forget her positivity, determination, and resilience over the last 3 years. As most of you know, she dealt with her illness with graciousness, dignity, and immense faith. She took her illness on the chin. She never complained and never wanted to dwell on it. She amazed us all by holding on to her faith right up until the end. She said to me a few months ago that she was glad that she had cancer because it allowed her to spend more time with God. We found this very, very hard to understand, but Mum felt that there were many blessings amidst her disease. In her notebook, she had listed all the good things that happened to her in that month. She was determined to get well so that she could do God's work by helping others through her experiences. This kept her going. That's just how she was. We used to have many discussions about religion, and whenever Nero or I needed some TLC, she would always take the time to encourage us and make us feel better. Talking about God was her favourite pastime, and if we got her on the topic, we'd be there for the next 3 hours. Sometimes I wondered whether it was Mum who wrote the Bible. As for her family, nothing brought her more joy than her children and her grandchildren. She loved helping Nero with the babysitting, and she was very sensitive to how the kids were brought up, as she read various books on child psychology. She would drive us around the bend with her newfound learnings, but this was all in the name of love, of course. The last 3 years were tough on us all, but Mum carried us through with her faith. The past few weeks were the most difficult for us, but fortunately I was able to spend a large amount of time with her, as my office is at my parents' home. I know she would not want us to be upset at her passing. She would want us to be happy and to celebrate her life. That I'm sure of. I will always cherish the good times with Mum, and I hope she will be remembered for her positivity, loving nature, and joy of life. I know that now she is happy. She always said she couldn't lose either way. She must be dancing in heaven, waiting for us to join her. Her dream was always to go to the Holy Land, and now she is in the holiest land of all. I love you dearly, Mum, and miss you. May you rest in peace.